Looking to start a nonprofit but don't know if now is the right time? Over the next 5 minutes, I'm going to walk you through my stoplight system that I use with nonprofit founders to help them identify when is the right time to stop their nonprofit and what are some of the barriers they might run into if they stop now. Hey, I'm Dan Johnson, and I've helped over 30 entrepreneurs and business owners launch their dream nonprofit, and I've raised over $3 million for early stage nonprofits. And while there is no such thing as a perfect time or the right time to launch a nonprofit, there are some things to look at that can tell you whether launching your nonprofit right now is going to be successful or not. And we'll go through them in what I call my stoplight system. Green being let's go, yellow being oh, not quite, and red being this is going to be a problem for you. Not to say you can't go when the lights are red. This is an open street. You can drive if you like, but knowing that if the lights are red, that is the number one thing you need to focus on when you launch can be really helpful for creating a nonprofit that lasts. So, what are the 3 key factors to consider? Number 1 is time. Building a nonprofit, like building a business, requires a lot of your time. In the planning stage, which you're in right now, you're probably dedicating not more than 5 hours a week to your nonprofit. But once you get your programs running, you're going to need to carve out 10 to 15 hours a week to work on your nonprofit. So you want to make sure that you have 10 to 15 hours a week available in your schedule, or work over the next several weeks to free that up so that you can actually dedicate the time you need to launching your nonprofit. The second piece of timing is when you want to start your nonprofit. If you need a nonprofit in the next 30 days, stop. Even the fastest nonprofit formations that I'm aware of really struggle to get a nonprofit up and running in less than 90 days. So you're going to want at least a 90-day runway for you to start this nonprofit and build your team and create something that will actually last. The second section is funding. You will need money in order to make your nonprofit work. And there are 2 key stoplights to look at here. Number 1 is, do I have regular income coming in that can cover my expenses? The average nonprofit is not going to fund you for about 2 to 3 years. And even on a fast track in our program, it takes about a year for the executive director to take a salary. So this nonprofit is not going to support you financially. And if it does, you're going to take away from the mission and vision of the organization. So you need to make sure you have a steady source of income coming in right now that you can rely on. And the second is startup costs. Startup costs for nonprofits are going to average between $5,000 and $10,000 just to get this nonprofit off the ground. And you need to make sure you are ready to invest that kind of money into what you're working on and into your vision before you start down this path. Now, this could be money that you raise yourself, or this could be money you get from other people, but you will need between 5 and 10 grand just to get a nonprofit off the ground. And third is your network. You should know at least 10 people who you have talked to about your nonprofit idea and who are excited and interested in what you're doing and might support you in some way, either with their time or with their money or even with their connections. If you don't have this initial network of people around you, you will struggle to get a nonprofit not just off the ground, which you can fund and you can push, but actually to create impact, because you won't have the time and you won't have the connections you need in order to talk to the right people and get your projects going. This is the stoplight system that I use for new nonprofit founders to identify if now is the right time for your nonprofit. If you want the checklist for the stoplight, just drop me below this video and I'll give you an easy checklist that you can fill out at home and identify where are you at, green, yellow, or red, on what parts of your nonprofit startup journey. And if you can identify that, you can be more confident. And if you launch this nonprofit, it's going to be successful. I'm Dan, your nonprofit mentor, and I'll see you in the next video.